Hello and welcome to our channel. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. And if you're new here, please give us a like and show us support by subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. 74% of people nowadays believe millionaires inherited their wealth. That makes sense since saving $1 million on a $50,000 salary is difficult. It will take you a lifetime to complete. Even $100,000 is insufficient. You must pay rent in order to take care for your children and put food on the table. It is, however, not a deep issue. All we have to do now is check in the facts. Around 80% of billionaires are self-made, with just a small minority, around 20%, inheriting their money. In reality, just 16% of them received more than $100,000 in inheritance. That is nowhere near the amount required to set you free financially. Only 3% of millionaires inherited $1 million or more. In other words, 97% of individuals have worked hard to get to where they are. It's wonderful when your parents can assist you financially, but it's not enough to just give you cash at the end of the day. If you don't know how to handle your money, you are bound to fail in some way. We have seen several cases of a man who inherited billions of wealth and still managed to become bankrupt. Financial education is one of the most valuable gifts your parents can offer you. However, because most adults are not financially independent, they end up offering their children terrible financial advice. You can't blame them since they are teaching you what they believe to be the greatest method. Good grades mean more money. You have no idea how much my parents valued my grades when I was a teen. Every conversation with my parents was on my grades in some way. But the truth is, the world doesn't care about your A's or your C's, and neither does your employer. When you get your first job or when you launch your first business, nobody is going to ask for your grades. They will only be interested in how effective you are at what you do. Don't waste time with your friends or at parties. It makes no difference how much you know. You can memorize the entire Wikipedia, but it won't assist you if you don't know how to apply what you have learned. We, humans, are social beings. We are capable of surviving on our own. We perform better when we collaborate. Take, for example, this story. This article would not be achievable without the support of a team. If it weren't for collective effort, your iPhone, MacBook, or Amazon Prime wouldn't exist. So, if you want to create something significant, you must learn how to socialize with others. And the greatest approach to improve your social skills is to spend time with other humans by attending parties, events, or simply going out with friends. Some parents strive to isolate their children as much as possible, so we grow up isolated from others, full of fears and lack of confidence. Going to parties or spending time with friends is a vital component of developing your character and abilities in order to build a successful business or employment. Play it safe. Your parents adore you more than anybody else. You are the most valuable asset they have. They are the reason you exist in this world, and they have spent their entire life feeding and caring for you until you reach adulthood. When you invest so much time and effort into something, you want to safeguard it as much as possible. That is why your parents would normally advise you to play it safe. Don't put yourself in unneeded danger, enroll in college, then you should acquire a job, slowly work your way up the ranks, and when you eventually pay off your mortgage at the age of 60, you will be considered successful by traditional criteria. And if you're lucky, you will be left with some savings. However, in our world, this is not how you generate money in business. There is a basic rule. The greater the danger, the greater the potential profit. You get what you deserve. Let me disappoint you. Life isn't always fair. You do not get what you labor for. You get what you fight for. I know that seems harsh, but that's the honest, harsh reality. Yeah, you do sometimes receive what you deserve, but that's an exception. You may work for a firm for 20 years and no one would give you a raise until you went out and asked for it. You may also have a boss who cares about you, which is an exception. I've seen several examples, particularly in business. Do better than your peers. This is most likely one of the worst pieces of advice you have ever received. Parents usually give to their children, which leads to financial disaster over time. When your parents compare you to other kids and say, "Why can't you earn good marks like the other kids in school?" you eventually acquire a comparison mindset in which you learn to evaluate your own performance by comparing yourself to your peers. So, when your friend gets a fancier car, you go into debt to drive a nicer car as well, even though you can't afford it. You want to give the idea that you are performing as well as your colleagues. But at the end of the day, the objective isn't to appear rich, but to be one. Your life, your circumstances are entirely distinct from everyone else's. Because you have a unique set of strengths and weaknesses, you should chart your own path to success rather than following in the footsteps of others. The stock market is a wonderful place to start. Investing is the route to financial independence, but it is not simple. Business is war. It is literally modern-day warfare, and war are never fair. Your opponent will employ a variety of cruel strategies to defeat you. Your co-workers may utilize Machiavellian approaches to obtain that position instead of you. Who deserves it more? I'm not suggesting you should be aggressive, but let go of the notion that life is fair. It has never existed and will never exist. Get used to life's harsh realities. Instead of complaining about why you're not receiving what you deserve, learn how to survive in it and utilize it in your advantage. I'm sorry your parents lied to you. The less risk you take in life, the lower the return, and vice versa. If you invest in government bonds, which are quite secure, the best you can expect is 2%, which is less than inflation. If, on the other hand, you are ready to accept a somewhat bigger risk and invest in the stock market, you can expect to make 10%, for example. However, if you want to take it to the next level and invest in cryptocurrency, you may be able to double your money in a couple of months. This isn't financial advice, of course, but the point is that you can't make real money by playing safe. You should also not take too many risks that you end up losing everything. You should establish a common ground where you both know what you're doing and know there is some danger involved. That was today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something interesting. Comment down below what you liked the most about this video and suggest any topics that you would like to hear about in future videos. To show us support, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel, and I will see you in the next video.